Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of May 3rd, 2021. Every week we chat about the things parents are talking about, complaining about, and obsessing about right now. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hi there.
This week we're complaining about just trying to help and obsessing about our own moms for Mother's Day. We're also taking a couple of breaks for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. Today we're talking about the nice things we do for our kids. So the question is, what do you do that your teens or young adults enjoy or like? And the original question may have been what they appreciate, but since we know they may not actually share that,
we don't want to read into their motivation.
So I don't know. I immediately thought of just getting Starbucks is a good way to start the day. I kind of wish we could do it every day because it definitely gets my child out of bed and into the car on time.
Yes.
If that is dangled in front of him. But clearly not a good idea for every single school day. So
I wonder how many of the nice things we do for our kids have that sort of ulterior motive.
yes, exactly.
Little reward, motivation.
Yes.
Maybe not just spontaneously out of the goodness of my heart, but I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes, occasionally, possibly.
I know, that's like doing a chore for them.
Yeah.
You know, it's because I don't want to look at that dirty dish from
Right.
another moment. So technically I did a nice thing for them because I took care of it, but really I just reinforced that they should never do it.
That is a nice thing followed by a long, long tail of resentment. So possibly it validates it.
Yes.
It is important to know, though, whether these are things that our kids feel are a nice thing we do for them or things that we feel are a nice thing we do for our kids. For example, I feel like a nice thing I do for my daughter is to give her wise advice from my rich and deep store of experience. She thinks a nice thing I do for her is to stop talking. So, yeah, it may not be quite so cut and dry. As with pretty much everything about parenting, but she's sure happy when I do stop talking. Yay! Thanks, Mom! You shut up. Yeah, my son just tells me to shut up. She doesn't. She just, it's just body language and facial.
It's just implied.
Yes, it's just something that we know, and yet I can't stop sometimes because it's nice to share your wisdom, isn't it? No, it's not. No, thanks. Maybe if I gave her some Starbucks, it would help.
Yes. You can
And
have
did a chore
this
for
if
her.
you listen to me for the next
A little
10
quid
minutes.
pro quo. How about you, Nicole? What nice things do you do for your young people with no other intention than to give them joy?
To give them joy, I clean their room.
See, I think that falls into the long tail of resentment. Nice thing.
Well, yeah, with my daughter this year, she's been very, very busy doing school and a job and research and stuff. So every once in a while, I'll have it in me to just go in her room and tidy up for her. And she genuinely appreciates it. So
She does?
This is so you can get all of your dishes back.
Oh my goodness. And half of my recycling bin I can fill up just from pulling out the water bottles from her room. Yeah, I guess there is kind of an ulterior motive there, but
Yeah. See, for me, if I went and cleaned up my son's room, I would think of that as a nice thing I was doing for him, and he would think of that as, why are you touching my things? Don't touch my things. So that would be traumatic.
Okay.
And not delightful for him.
Yeah.
So
no.
that's not the reason I don't do it. I don't do it because I'm lazy, but that is also a reason I don't do it.
Yeah. And then I think for my son, it's just ordering him anything related to his house or his cats. So if I order him something on Amazon and just get it sent to him, he really likes that. So,
Aw,
yeah.
that's nice.
An easy way to to let him know that we still think of him.
And you get a double score. You did a nice thing for your son and a nice thing for the cat.
Exactly. So it works all the way around.
Right.
You miss having those cats, don't
Bonus
you?
points.
I do. It's so sad. I do. I really do miss having them.
But you did get a replacement cat.
We did. Very quickly.
That was something you did for a nice thing you did for your daughter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That actually, you know what? Yes, because she was, at the time, she was very sad that she was staying at home for university this year. She was working and her boyfriend had left for school. So she was super sad. And yes, actually, part of getting the cat was to not only make us happy, but for her as well. So, yeah. I think my son's a lot easier to please, though. How about your kids? Do you have one kid that is easier to please?
It's hard to know what will make my son happy. And a lot of times I do something that's been successful in the past and it's not now. So
That's hard.
I just periodically just hit on something and then give myself a pat on the back. But it's just his particular quirky neurological makeup. It's not easy to specifically, because I mean he's super into buying keys. He wants keys. He has to have keys, but he also spends like 6 months figuring out exactly what keys he wants to order. So I can't even say, hey, you did good today, I'm gonna buy you a key, can I buy you a key? And then it would be like this huge stressful thing that he had to figure out what key it would be, and it's just not worth it. So I guess foodstuffs from time to time he enjoys. But with my daughter, I think she's probably pretty easy to please. It's just whether the things that please her are things I wish to do, which is complicated with an adult mom and daughter. So
It sure is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say my daughter's easier, and she's more appreciative and aware of what's happening.
That is definitely true.
Like when she was still at school, I had to mail her something, and so I threw in like some gum and some hot chocolate packets, because she loves hot chocolate, and she really, that's the kind of thing that she loved. So, and it was just really like I had one of those, those standard size priority mail boxes, and I was just like, well, I'll just whatever I can get at Walgreens will fit in this box. That will become the care package. And it worked great.
That's fun.
Actually.
That's awesome.
What a great idea.
I actually did that as a gift for a friend once too. Like I bought a bag. The gift was a bag, like a handbag, but just sort of like a small little clutch type thing, or like a bag that you would put in your bag to organize things. And then I just filled it up with completely random stuff from the drugstore, and
That's a good idea.
it was fun and it was appreciated.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, my son, it's like Starbucks or leave him alone are probably the two things that work the best.
I find that, it just changes a lot more with my daughter, depending on the day, depending on her mood, because what I think she'll enjoy, she might be offended by one day, or she won't appreciate as much or enjoy as much. So it's a constant, I have a checklist of things in my head that I run through. What are my possible options today to make her happy? But so
It is hard.
very much
And it does
so.
seem, I guess, wrong a fair amount of the time. And so that's discouraging. So,
Yeah, because it makes you feel like you don't know your own child.
Right.
And you build up a certain amount of anticipation in yourself as to how the other person is going to react. And then when they don't, it's really deflating.
Yeah.
So I just a lot of times think, you know what, we're all pretty happy just with the just as things
Status
are right
quo.
now. Well, there's no particular need to do a nice
with
thing
it.
that might not be a nice thing in the end. Why be so complicated? But something that just came into my mind that I do for my daughter every day before she goes to work, and I don't know why it is a nice thing, but it appears to have become one. Before she goes to work, she comes in so I can tie her apron.
Oh, yeah.
And then for some reason, like one time patted her on the back afterwards, gave her a good hard pat on the back. And now every time I tie her apron, if I don't pat her on the back, she mentions it. She says, I'm waiting for my pat on the back. So that has become a nice thing I do for her. And I love that. And it's a nice little physical gesture for a kid who has often in her life had trouble with that sort of thing. Was not a huggy kid, was not, comfortable with certain aspects of being held in any way. And now a good hard pat on the back is a nice thing I do for my daughter.
Wow.
And it's also incredibly cheap and easy for me. So win-win.
Works.
My shoulder hurts a little every now and then. It's fine. It's really a nice moment. And I appreciate that she values it.
Yeah. That's great. I like that.
Yeah. You never know where something's going to come from.
Right.
I know. Now, the next question for another time would be, what do they do for us that make us happy?
Yeah, let's give that one some thought.
Yeah.
Don't be expecting to see that real soon there, listeners. But
Should we table that?
Could be something. We'll give that some thought. But in the meantime, that's it for today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment-themed round 2, and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.